just seeing them grow from the start, confidence growing and their techniques improving, would never ever take them somewhere else because he is just perfect.
I have 2 girls at AFAC and we've been coming since it started at the beginning of 2019. They feel safe and I think they feel encouraged as well.
I like my teachers and they always encourage me when I need encouraging and they make it really fun for me and the rest of my class. I feel very proud and happy and excited to meet my new teacher.
Noah finds motor planning and things like that difficult. You know, he tends to get that same teacher, so they definitely know what works for Noah, what to kind of keep going with, how we can kind of achieve the next thing. So it's really quite consistent and valuable.
It's really good, nice quality time spent with the grandies, and it's a great centre for families as well. She may have got a lot older, but never miss out on the green jelly after the swimming lesson, so that's always a given.
I wouldn't be driving 25 minutes past 2 swim schools to come if I didn't enjoy it.
The kids just enjoy it too much here and love all the teachers, so why move them somewhere else?
Good evening. Councillors and officers, would you all please stand for Mayor Ruth Butterfield? Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to begin the meeting by paying my respects to the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and acknowledge the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation and their elders past and present. and also acknowledge their continuing connection to the land and seas and waters. Thank you. I will open the meeting at, 1 minute past 7, and go to declaration of, record of attendance we'll go to. Apologies and leave of absence. We have leave of absence previously granted to Councillor Hancock and to Councillor Mosey, and we have an apology from Councillor Willinga for this evening. So thank you everyone else for being here, and you may have just noticed also that we've got an extra. We have our new Executive Director, Matthew, is with us tonight. So I'm sure that we will be all very eager to meet with Matthew during dinner tonight. And he will be, I imagine you'll make yourself available for chats and catch-ups with councillors. But it's very good to have you along tonight. Thank you very much for coming. I know it's your first day on the job, but we looked forward to working with you and achieving the goals that the City of Armidale are really looking forward to achieving over the next few years. And your help will be very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, we've got advice of response to previous public questions taken on notice. We don't have any of those, so we'll move on to public question time. We don't have any members of the public that I can see, so we'll move on. Number 5, we've got applications for leave of absence. We do have a couple of applications. We've got one from Councillor Hetherington for the 1st of September 2025 to the 3rd of September 2025 inclusive, and we do have one also from Dr. Willinga from the 15th of July to the 8th of August inclusive. Could I have someone move approval of those 2 requests for leave of absence? Councillor Peter, thank you very much. That Councillor Peter has moved those 2 items. Those 2 applications for leave of absence. Do we have anyone opposed? If no one's opposed, thank you, that's carried. That brings us to petitions. Do we have any petitions for presentation tonight? If not, we'll move on to confirmation of minutes. Can I have someone confirm that the minutes attached to the back of this agenda represent a true and correct record? Councillor Sargison. Councillor Sargison has moved those minutes. Is there anyone opposed? No one's opposed. Thank you, that's carried. Announcements by the person presiding without discussion. I imagine that you've got a copy of it. I just would like to add to those announcements that for those of you who attended the NAIDOC celebrations, I would like to extend my thanks to the community services staff and the Champion Centre staff for a fantastic event. It was bigger, I believe, than last year. There seemed to be more families involved, very family orientated, and I congratulate the team for a great event. The cheeriness, the celebration aspect, and just the really community vibe was fantastic this year, and I really take my hats off to the team, or take my hat off to the team. And I think that the staff that were present also gave the same or similar feedback, so thank you very much. That brings us to questions by members of which due notice have been given without discussion. We don't have any. Reports, community services meeting. The one report. Chair, are you prepared to move receipt of those minutes?
Yes, I'd like to move the community service meeting minutes from the 8th of July, subject to any corrections, which I have none.
Thank you very much. Chair has moved receipt of those minutes. Do we have anyone opposed? No one opposed? Thank you, that's carried. Go to the first item, which begins on page 9, 3.1, Community Venue Hire Policy Review, which is a referral matter, with the recommendation on page 10. Councillor Silva.
need to put a recommendation in there because there wasn't one put in there afterwards, after my one didn't pass? Just that we note the officer's report.
Oh, yep. Thank you. So you're moving that we note the officer's comments. Thank you. Can we have that wording up on the screen, please? In the meantime, Councillor Silva has moved that we note the officer's comments. Is there anyone opposed? No one's opposed. Thank you. That's carried. Right, page 11, 1.2, Armidale University Study Hub, with the recommendation coming on page 22. Councillor Peter.
Thank you, Madam. I have a question first. Roughly how much will be in the municipal, the civic building capital budget? Do you have, how much, can I check with the Executive Director, how much will be the civic building capital budget we have? Is it $3 million?
No, there's a specific line item for civic buildings. I haven't got the information directly at hand, but it's around the $350,000 mark, and so we will allocate specific budgets for projects at civic buildings, and then the 350,000 I've just referred to is more of a general allocation for things that come up in our across our civic buildings.
Okay.
So it's around 350,000.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the clarification, Madam Chair. I am still opposing the motion on the table. I'm not moving any amendment. At this stage, I'm not voting against the motion on the table, but I need to mention the few points that, because Madam Chair, you remember last year we approved the budget of nearly 1.1 million, 1.14 million for this improvement. And after 12 months, the new report come back in saying that we need another $800,000. That is just double the allocation. And that is only for the upper building. And we don't know how much it will cost for the lower building improvement. And also we need to allocate fund for, we need to find out, we don't know when the facility is going to be ready. So we need to find out an alternative location for the study hub. So we need to allocate another funding. So the total cost will be maybe 3 or 4 or 5 million. If we have a report, proper report last year, the total cost for the improvement may be 5 million, the city decision may be different. Maybe we can build a new facility for the study hub. But this is a cost escalation. I understand at this point we can't move out. So that is why I am not voting against, but I need to raise a concern for the ratepayers. We approve a budget of 1.2 million, then it's coming back, say, we need to increase another 1 million, and there is another chain of budget amendment is coming in the future. So I'm not happy with to allocate that much of funding for the project, but I understand we can move out. So I not voting against, but I am opposing the current recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Peter. I just might clarify a point with the Executive Director that you've raised, or the Acting CEO actually, regarding the timing of the project. Acting CEO, is the other repairs, the unforeseen repairs to the building or changes to the building that need to be made, is that going to push out the timeline, or do we need to, as Councillor Peter has raised, find an alternative venue for the study hub in the meantime? I didn't get that impression.
So I think we alluded to this in the report. Our original intent was to have the opening by July. We're now aiming for October because of these particular works. We have approval from the Commonwealth to do that, but as a contingency, we have already arranged for the service to be offered through the Armidale Library, and it's pretty much at minimal cost because the facilities are generally there to provide that, if you like, scaled-back service just for a couple of months. And I think what Councillor Peter was referring to, again, it's addressed in the report, is lower 145. So we haven't really done the full investigations and analysis on lower 145, but we've indicated that in due course we will provide the council with a report on the opportunities and guess some of the options that avail themselves with that premises.
Great, thank you very much. So thank you, Councillor Peter, for your comments. There is no other recommendation on the table, so Councillor Peter has indicated that he'll vote against the item. Councillor Silver?
I'll move that item.
Thank you very much. Councillor Silverman, as the chair, has moved the item. We do need an absolute majority, so all those in favour, please show your hand.
Chair.
Oh, sorry.
Chair.
You're opposing.
That's correct.
But you're not. Okay, so I need a seconder. Thank you, Councillor Busby. Councillor Silver, would you like to speak to the item?
No, that's fine, Mayor.
Councillor Busby, would you like to speak? Councillor Peter, you've already spoken. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak for the motion? Against the motion? Okay, thank you. I'll put it to the vote then. All those in favour? All those against? And an absolute majority has been achieved. Thank you very much, everyone. We have 2.1 on page 23, fireworks event notice applications for Cardilia International Fireworks Proprietary Limited, with recommendation on page 25. Page 26, 2.2, CAT Local Law 2024, correspondence from the Joint Standing Committee on Delegated Legislation. The recommendation coming on page 35, 34 and 35. Page 36, 1.1, proposed amendment to policy, lease and licensing, or licence. Councillor
Hi,
Busby.
Madam Mayor. I'd like to make a slight amendment to the recommendation from Community Services. If we could bring that up on the screen. It's just to the second point. When we put the motion last week, it read that we wanted to review, it read like it could have been we wanted to review the policy in 12 months. So point 2 would be to be provided with quarterly updates on the and how the implementation of the policy is going. So I'd like to move that as on the screen.
Thank you very much. Councillor Busby has moved the item with a change to point 2 so that we get quarterly updates. Is there anyone opposed?
I've just got a question,
if
I may. I'm just curious if we could ask the Director of Community Services through the Chair as to the feasibility of this in terms of being possibly too onerous for the city officers or not being in depth to really give much weight or worth or credence to what report might be presented to us. I don't know if that's something that could be possibly answered. Thanks.
Through the Chair, the quarterly updates will be fine.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone with any other questions, concerns? No, thank you. Chair, are you prepared to move all the items that which have not already been dealt with?
So moved.
Thank you. Chair has moved all those items which have not already been dealt with. Is anyone opposed? No one opposed. Thank you. That's carried. Now we come to the Chief Executive Officer's report. It should be the acting, shouldn't it? For the 14th of July 2025. Could I have someone move receipt of that report? Thank you. Councillor Peter has moved receipt. Is there anyone opposed? No one opposed. Thank you. That's carried. Takes us to page 48, 1.1, proposed differential rates for 2025-26 budget year. Sorry, you're happy to move it. Thank you. Councillor Peter, would you like to oppose? Thank you. Okay. Do I have a seconder for that motion? Which is on, I'm just going to read this out. It's on page 58. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Stoneham. Councillor Busby, would you like to speak to the item?
Not in great depth, Madam Mayor. We go through this discussion probably every year. We've been through a very rigorous budget process. We go through this in detail, how we get to this figure and why we get to this figure and how important it is that we do it. And so I'm happy to move this as it is.
Thank you, Councillor Busby. Councillor Stoneham, would you like to speak?
No, that's fine, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Peter, would you like to speak?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I know we have a deep discussion in this matter, and we already, technically we already approved the budget, and due to some technical reasons it's come back. But I will stick with my view about the rate increase should be aligned with the CPI, not the LGCI. That's the only reason I am voting against. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Peter. Would anyone like to speak for the motion? Anyone against? If not, I'll ask the mover if they would like to wrap up. Councillor Busby? No? I'll put it to the vote. All those in favour? All those against? Thank you. The motion is carried. 1.2 on page 59, Councillors' Information Bulletin, issue number 10 of 2025. Thank you. Councillor Smith has moved that item. He's moved the recommendation on page 60. Is there anyone opposed? No one? Thank you. That's carried. Sorry, everyone. Technical issues.
Rather than put the committee recommendation, he's moved an alternate motion, which we should have actually got. Is there any opposition? Yes, no, we voted. That's how we deal with something that's not from the committee. I think.
Okay, councillors, finally well, what I'm going to do is I don't believe that we voted for the lease and licensing policy change with the recommendation, with that slight change to it. We voted for it en bloc. So what we need to do is go back to that item. If I can just find it. So page 36, 1.1, proposed amendments.
I'll question that, because I'm sure if we look back over, I actually moved the recommendation as on the screen. And then we vote. Did we vote on it? Yes, we did. There was a question, then no one was, and then you said.
We can look at the video, but I've been told reliably that what's in our heads is possibly incorrect. So we didn't vote on that. We voted en bloc on the whole. So just in case, what we're going to do is go to page 44, put the recommendation and the amended point 2 on the board, and then we're going to vote on it. So if we don't want to speak on it, there was no one opposed, no one wanted to speak at the time. I'll ask again, is anyone opposed to the recommendation on the screen? If no one's opposed, thank you, that's carried. Okay, I think I possibly didn't say those words. Okay, so we're all set now. The minutes will be right and we've done it the right way. So thank you very much. We will move back to the beginning of the agenda and thank you to our minutes secretary for being eagle-eyed and eagle-eared and making sure that we do things correctly. Motions of which previous notice have been given, we don't have any. Urgent business approved by the person presiding or by decision, we don't have any. Matters for referral to standing committees without discussion. Have we got any matters for referral? Councillor Kamdar.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've got two. First one is for technical services. Traffic management improvement on Gracefield Boulevard between Keene Road and Fairhaven Street. This includes the installation of speed cushions at the specific location to help reduce the vehicle speed and improve the safety in the area.
Thank you. You just give the general outline because you can't determine what the traffic management result. Yep. Thank you.
And I also got
Next
another
one. Yep.
Not sure which committee it belongs, but it's a review and amendment of alcohol risk policy.
Okay, great. We'll sort that out.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further matters for referral? Councillor?
Thank you, Mayor. The matter of the bus stop seat renewal to tech services, please.
Councillor, I've already dealt with that one, but it's okay, administratively. Okay, we'll let you know. If there's no further matters for referral? No? Okay, thank you, councillors. We'll move now to 14 matters requiring confidential consideration. There isn't any, so that brings us to closure at 7:25. I thank you all for your attendance and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.